and follow the links to the Open University.
Most of us talk to people online, and it's a great way to stay connected. But predators can use the internet to groom us. Are you being groomed? Never keep it secret. A groomer is a stranger who befriends you online and then asks you to do things like have sexual conversations, send naked photos and videos, delete your message history. A groomer will pretend you are their special friend. A groomer may send you small gifts and pretend they like the same things as you do. They will control your actions all the time, making sure you keep their activities secret. They may be young or old, male or female, and you can meet them anywhere online, such as a gaming lobby, Discord, or WhatsApp, or Facebook Messenger. They will ask you about your habits, interests, and whereabouts. Learn to spot the signs. A groomer will ask you questions like, where do you live? Which school do you attend? Do you want me to pick you up from school or lessons? Do you need money? If you have had any of these experiences, never keep it a secret. Speak out. Tell your parents or a trusted adult, such as a grandparent or a religious leader. Groomers seek to harm you, and grooming often leads to embarrassment and worse dangers such as sexual abuse, abduction, and trafficking. Someone you meet online is still a stranger and could be a predator. Never keep it secret. Speak out.
There is a good chance that life has developed elsewhere in our universe.
Must life happen in our universe? Is it an inevitable consequence of processes in operation? Maybe, maybe not.
Until we find it, we won't know for sure whether life can conquer the universe.
If you had to choose one thing about Region 1 that makes it special, what would it be? Perhaps our homes and friends, the peaceful communities, the beautiful rivers, and the plentiful fish and crabs come to mind? Or would you choose the one very special tree on which all of these things depend? There are many types of mangrove trees around the world, but they are all in danger. Even in Guyana, over half of our mangroves have been lost over the last 50 years. But we are very lucky that the most mangroves in Guyana can be found right here in our Berrima-Moro Passage. 3 types of mangroves are found here. These are the red, which we know as wild mango, the white, which we know as Kyra, and the black, which we know as Kruda. Did you know that all of our mangroves are protected under our Forest Act of Guyana and that they cannot be cut without permission from the Guyana Forestry Commission? The Forest Act of Guyana is a law that protects all of our forests. This law also includes our Berrima-Moro Passage mangroves. Mangroves protect a lot of small animals before they get big. Small fishes and shrimp hide in the roots of the mangroves, so they are not eaten by bigger fishes. This allows them to grow big enough for us to catch and eat. The roots of the mangroves also trap mud, which is important for crabs to dig their holes, which are their homes. The mangroves are also home to other wild animals such as agouti, laba, and bush hog, which we eat. Birds such as macaws and parrots nest in the treetops and feed on the fruits found in the mangrove forest. If we chop down too many mangroves, we can lose our bushmeat, fishes, shrimp, and crabs that we use to eat and earn money, and that our children need for the future. Mangroves also protect our houses, farms, and communities from swelling and big seas. If too many mangroves disappear, the river banks can be washed away, the land will be flooded more often, and it will be harder to find wood for building and burning. So how do we develop our communities without cutting our mangroves? One option is tourism. Our Region 1 communities such as Imbutero can show tourists special birds like the belted kingfisher and the black-chested tyrant that are only found in the Barima Moro Passage. Our mangrove forests are also home to a lot of important animals that tourists come to Guyana to see. The Guyana Marine Conservation Society team has seen many of these on camera in the Barima Moro Passage mangrove forest since 2020. Mangroves can also be used to make honey. Bees build their homes in the mangrove forest, and the flower of the kruta gives the honey a very special taste. Communities such as Aruca will be giving training in beekeeping so they can safely collect and sell the honey from the hives if the mangroves are protected. The special mangroves in our Barima Moro Passage are full of opportunities. They are in fact so special that the whole world depends on the role they play. In recent years, scientists have realized the importance of mangroves in fighting against climate change, which is causing the weather to change around the world. Mangroves are 5 times better at taking in and storing carbon and other harmful gases from the air than other forests in Guyana. In other words, every mangrove tree and the mud it collects using its roots stores away these harmful gases and keeps them from changing our whole planet. If we kill mangrove trees, carbon and the other harmful gases will be released back into the air. But if we protect them, they will continue to protect our world. So the next time someone asks you why Region 1 is special, remember the crabs, fishes, birds, and animals. Remember our communities, home, and boats. And remember our peaceful forests. But most of all, remember the silent super tree that protects all of this, the mangrove.
Oh jeez, it's what happening over there?
Hey Johnson, we gotta use more water on the roof, man. What happened to you? You seeing the flames there, boy?
Yo, is how this fire start, buddy?
Usual story, man. The one over there gone trying for thief current by running wire to the post. Now watch, he house burning down.
Lord, what we gonna do? What we gonna live? I'm tired telling you about this thief and electricity. Now look who we there.
Oh, Lord, what's this on me head here today? Me house burning down. What you gonna do?
Oh, Father, what we gonna live?
What you gonna do? And where you gonna live? Like y'all ain't studying that when you're the thief and the thing, no? Hey, Johnson, Stevens, bring the hose over here, man. Oh, buddy, y'all want the whole block burned down or what?
People, stealing electricity is dangerous to life and property, and it is also against the law.
Every time you turn on the lights, switch on the stereo, turn on the stove, TV or air conditioner, drive, shower, talk, walk or run, you are using energy. The food we eat contains energy, and our bodies use that energy to work, play and think. Energy is all around us. What then is energy? Energy causes things to happen around us. Energy is defined as ability to do work. Energy can be found in many forms, such as chemical energy, electrical energy, heat, that's thermal energy, light, radiant energy, mechanical energy, solar energy, wind energy, or hydropower energy from water. We get our energy from the food we eat. This energy powers our body functions and allows us to stay alive and perform the tasks that we have to. We measure the amount of energy in units of joules, denoted by a capital J. The electricity we receive in our homes is another form of energy. We measure electricity in kilowatt hours, a unit or measure that we see in our electricity bills. What then is this kilowatt hour that we have been hearing about? When you buy your electricity credits or pay your bills at the end of the month, you pay for the number of units of energy you consume in kilowatt hours. A kilowatt hour is 1,000 watts of power used over 1 hour. An iron, for example, requires about 1,000 watts of power to operate. So if you have your iron on for 1 hour, it will use about 1,000 watts of electrical energy, which is equivalent to 1 kilowatt hour. If we consider all the things we use electricity and other forms of energy for, lighting, ironing, heating, cooling, entertainment, education, cooking, driving, agriculture, manufacturing, industry, we realize that energy is very important to our development, and as a result, the world has become very dependent on energy, especially energy from fossil fuels. Dependence on one source of energy, like fossil fuels, makes us vulnerable, especially since fossil fuels are finite or non-renewable energy sources that someday may no longer be available since we would have used them up. As our energy needs become greater, the demand for oil and its refined products has dramatically increased, resulting in continuously rising prices. Rising fuel prices affect everyone. Despite these rising costs, fossil fuels have continued to be very important in our lives. But there's yet another aspect of fossil fuel use that may have catastrophic impact on our planet. When we use or burn fossil fuels, they release carbon dioxide and other gases which are harmful to the environment. In the Earth's atmosphere, greenhouse gases trap heat from the sun and help to keep our planet warm enough to support life. Carbon dioxide is called a greenhouse gas because carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases trap or retain more of the sun's heat in the air, heat which would have otherwise been radiated or reflected back into space. These days, we use more and more fossil fuels for energy, resulting in an increase in the carbon dioxide buildup in the atmosphere. These increased carbon dioxide levels, along with other human activities such as deforestation or the removal of trees that absorb carbon dioxide, are contributing to rising temperature on the planet. The Earth's surface has been warming more quickly over the last century compared with thousands of years before, due to the amount of carbon dioxide emitted into the air when we use fossil fuels. If we do not stop this warming trend, then globally we face sea level rise of 3 to 6 feet higher than at present. This will increase flooding, droughts, loss of crops, famine, and disease worldwide. Its effects could be devastating on our way of life and our livelihood itself. Through the Low Carbon Development Strategy, the government of Guyana will protect and maintain our forests to contribute to the reduction of global carbon emissions and attract financial resources for our country to grow and develop. Long-term, reliable energy that is affordable and good for the environment is integral to the development of a low-carbon economy in which citizens make efforts to minimize the use of fossil fuels and reduce their carbon dioxide emissions. The development and use of sustainable or renewable energy sources are crucial to realizing such a low-carbon economy. Technologies that promote sustainable energy use renewable energy sources such as hydroelectricity, solar energy, wind energy, wave power, geothermal energy, and improve energy efficiency. Energy efficiency and renewable energy are two main elements of sustainable energy. Renewable energy technologies are essential contributors to sustainable energy as they provide us with additional energy sources that are renewable and do not entail a net addition to carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. To sum it all up, a sustainable energy future will require changes in the source of our energy and the way it is used. We will have to reduce the amount of energy we use to produce various goods and services. Development of Guyana's hydropower resources will present a new model for the country's energy sustainability. The development of new forms of energy, like hydropower and solar energy, is needed to ensure a reliable and fully renewable energy supply for our country. In addition, conserving energy and electricity and using them more efficiently bring two main benefits. More consumers can share the electricity supply, and less electricity needs to be generated, resulting in cost saving for all. The Guyana Energy Agency has a plan for teaching Guyanese how to effectively conserve energy and use it more efficiently. Specifically, simple lifestyle changes can have a great impact on the quantity of electricity and other energy we utilize daily in our motor vehicles, our appliances, cooking habits, daily chores, and general lifestyle. Further, adjustments in daily routines and choices can save money and achieve greater levels of energy conservation. To achieve these objectives, it's important for people to acquire the knowledge and tools needed to make informed decisions and lifestyle changes. With our commitment to conserving energy and developing and using better sustainable energy sources, our country can reduce its dependence on fossil fuels and continue to effectively pursue a low-carbon economy and a way of life that ensures a better future for us all. You can learn more about energy conservation and sustainable energy by visiting GEA's website www.gea.gov.gy.
Universal Pictures presents Godzilla vs. the Comet.